Well, I didn't think of it as being in a man's world, actually. I suppose I didn't think of it in that way at all. But my father was an engineer, and I wanted to do something that was going to be of interest to him because he'd lost his wife a few years before, and I was his only daughter. And I'd never heard of a woman architect, but I'd heard of a woman engineer, and I thought they were vaguely similar. So I brazenly said, I want to be an architect, thinking it was similar to engineer. Well, at school, architects will laugh at the fact the headmistress gave me a copy of Bannister Fletcher, which she thought would be helpful. And I was told I must do maths, but I left school at 16 and went to the South East Essex Technical College for a short time, where they taught me things like stretching paper and setting up perspectives, and I could even draw a spiral staircase in perspective and cast its shadows, which I've never had to do since, but it gave me a flying start. I met somebody who had been to the AA, she showed me her drawings, I got absolutely intrigued and inspired, and I persuaded my family to let me go to do that. And so I went to the AA in London. It was evacuated to Barnet at the time, so I had half the education in Barnet, half in London, half with buzz bombs and half with rockets. But out of the 40 of us, nearly half were girls, because at that time they were anxious, I think, to recruit girls. And I probably got accepted where I wouldn't have been otherwise. I mean, luckily I managed to find one address, and I went for an interview, and that was an ex-service chap who decided while he was in the army that he was going to set up a very modern office and he was going to employ women. Yeah, wow, yes. But when I got there, it was not exactly modern, it was very, very Victorian. Well, quite soon it was a conversion of properties down Victoria Street into small flats. I can't remember what they had been before the war, but it was oceans and oceans of plans and trying to get little flats out of them. Highlights in my work, I suppose, being the fact that I used my architectural experience and qualification in getting an industrial design job, and that was in competition with nearly 50 men. Well, I think it's an excellent profession because the education is so good if you get to a good training place, because it's so broad you can do so many other things from an architectural training, even if you don't stay the course and get right through to the qualification stage. You can do other things with the training. Yes, because they think that the training is so long, they think it's a man's world, and they don't get parental encouragement. And there aren't many role models. This year of celebration should do a lot of good, I think.